Hey everybody, SirTopperHat here today. Today I'm going to discuss about this machine here. And a couple days ago I talked about this funny looking cabinet machine here, which is my Victor-Victrola Phonograph. This Victor-Victrola I got for $100, like I said in the last video I made about it. Today we're going to talk about how exactly do we run the machine now that I got it working and the governor fixed. The governor, remember when I told you whenever it fell down in the cabinet? The governor fell out. Here's a little replay right here. Yeah, see what I mean? The governor kind of fell out of the machine. So, let's just hope it doesn't happen again. Oh, crud. Patch my britches, man. The governor just keeps falling down. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. Anyway, I'm going to talk about how to run this exact machine and how it's done. How easy it is to run a 1917 Victor-Victrola. Now let's get right into the video, shall we? First step, winding it up. Welcome to the side of the Victrola. And this machine really just requires about 30 winds a play. It just depends what record these are. Here's my record I'm going to play today. My Sweetheart is Somewhere in France. This record is very, small. It's like I don't know how big it is. I think it's like a 10 or 11 inch record. Maybe about 10 or 11 inch record. And the big ones that are 12 inches require at least about 40 or 50 winds. And here's how many. So you take this little crank here until you feel pressure, and then you give it about 30 winds for these little records. Now that you're done winding it up, you can just let it go, or you can let it off like this to where it runs freely. And you know you're at the winding point whenever you flick it up and it stays in place. That's how you know you're on the spring. I like to keep mine like that just for fun. Anyway, let's get to the top part mechanism now. Welcome to the top part of the mechanism. I'm going to explain a few features you have here. Let me take this record off real quick and show you what you have here. Right here you have your turntable, this little green patch here. Make sure your brakes are on, which would be this direction to shut them off and this way to turn it on. As you can see, it spins. When you press it like that, it stops or slowly slows down like that. Anywho, you can have different styluses for this machine too. Over here you have your steel needles, which look like this. Let me flip it over. And this pointy part, which actually is going to play the record. Enough about them. Then you have your speed dial over here, this little knob over here. This way, when you turn it this way, it turns the speed down, and when you turn it this way, it turns the speed up. And over, you can also use different styluses for these. These are tungstone styluses I like to use with these. They're actually in really good condition. I'm surprised I even found these. But I like to use the steel needles more. Over here you have your tone arm, which will, play your record, of course. And then the basics, you have your brakes over here, which also activates the brakes, this little thing over here by the brakes, which the tone arm actually is supposed to hit to stop playing the record. Anyway, enough about that. Let me show you how to play a record. So first, get your favorite record, which is mine right here, Sweetheart in France. Then what you're going to do is you're going to grab a steel needle, not two, just one. One singular steel needle. And over here, you see this little thumb screw right here that I'm pointing at. Twist it out. Take your steel needle, take the flat side, put it in the hole. And once it's down in there, lock the thumb screw so you feel the tension. And that's what's going to lock in the steel needle. Now that you have that out of the way, go ahead and turn on your brakes. If your turntable does not spin or goes too fast, as you can tell when you play the record, you might either need a governor or you really need to do some work on your machine. Anyway, take your tone arm, push it on the outside of the record, where the steel needle on the outside of the record, and then push the needle onto the grooves, and then you'll hear the sweet sounds of music.
Every night I say a prayer for the boy who's over there. My sweetheart is somewhere in France.
When you get to the end of the record, whenever this ending comes up, it'll just the record will stop, it won't stop it won't like turn on the brakes or nothing unless you have this adjusted. So once it stops, once the music quits, pick up the tone arm, take the needle out, and then put it into this little disposable over here. I'll show you how to do that once this record stops. Just like that, the music quits. You just pick it up, bring it over like this, and let me show you how to do this. See this little thumb screw? You're gonna untighten it, take out the needle, and take the needle over here into this little disposable cabinet, or little container, and tighten up that thumb screw again. And just like that, let the energy run out, and that's how you operate and play on a 1917 Victor-Victrola. And that, my friends, is how you easily operate this 1917 Victor-Victrola. If you see this running, obviously, of course, I'm still letting the energy run out. One key feature I would like to point out on this Victor-Victrola, one thing you need to do is whenever it starts to, wear down over time, or whenever it starts to slow down or get too quick over time and then the speed doesn't sound right, it's not constant, you want to take these two screws out, which are on the inside here, on each side of the turntable, lift up this little pin over here, and grease the motor with grease, and definitely grease your spring, or else that spring will get dry and might break or snap. So I'd be very careful with that. So now you know how to operate a 1917 Victor-Victrola. If you have any questions, please shoot out and let me know. If you can't comment on this video, I recommend commenting on another video and letting me know, most certainly, because I will definitely reach out to you and definitely let you know what you can do with your Victor-Victrola, or any of the other type of phonograph, like your Edison, or your gramophone, your little portable gramophone. I have 3 phonographs right now, so this is kind of not really my first time, but I'm getting the hang of it. So if you have any other questions, let me know, and I'll continue posting 78 records as soon as I possibly can. I love you all, and I hope you guys have a great night tonight. Have a great day.